Hello there guys, this is Nicholas Morrison here with Forbes Waterloo Toyota. I'm here with a bit of a different video here today. We've been running our YouTube channel for quite a while now, and I've been getting a lot of comments about vehicles on our channels, on our videos, and some written into us. So I want to put together a video today, address some of the most common questions I get. I'm standing here with a Tacoma TRD Pro, so the questions are going to be aimed at this truck. If you have any yourself for a future video, for anything like that, definitely make sure you drop them down below or on a video that you comment, and in future videos we'll do more like this and continue on. But without further ado, let's get into a few fun questions here about the Tacoma TRD Pro, especially with the remake in 24. We get a ton of questions with people coming from the previous generation up to the new one. So let's address them right off the bat and go with the first one. And it's one that I thought was the most prevalent to start with right away, and that's right up front. So people ask a lot about this engine change. So we went from the V6, you guys knew that engine, tried and true, we had it for a very, very long time, and it's one of Toyota's most reliable engines. So if Toyota, from everything they've told us and everything we've experienced so far, if they were gonna put their name on an engine in a new Tacoma, they were not gonna mess around and let that name that you guys all trust on the Tacoma name go to waste. So they've put a ton of R&D into this engine. It offers 326 horsepower, and the biggest number is 465 foot-pounds of torque with that hybrid powertrain. So if we get a lot of questions with regard to towing as well, so kind of loop them all in together. The reality is, with that much torque on this engine, the ability to tow is incredible. If you're somebody who, the truck can handle up to 6,000 pounds, so if you're getting up into that 4,000 to 6,000 range, and you're worried about those small movements, if you're working on getting a boat out of the water, some of those things, the ability to have that torque at the bottom end is incredible. It pairs really well with the new transmission in these trucks, and in all honesty, that's one I really suggest. Come and take it for a drive, but the number one point I always go to, if Toyota was gonna put the Tacoma name on this engine, trust me, they've given you guys the same amount of reliability that you're used to, and it's one definitely to come try out for yourself. We'll come down a little bit. One of the next questions I get asked a lot with the suspension and the big tires and stuff like that is, how does the Tacoma TRD Pro handle on the highway? So we understand at the end of the day, it is a Pro. You guys are going to be off-roading with it a ton, but ultimately, we all have to get to work. We all have to live our daily lives. So one thing to note is this suspension does have 3 manual adjustable settings on the suspension. So for those days that you're doing the really off-road days, you really want to get muddy and all of that, you'll probably come down and adjust your suspension. But on those, your 95 days or whatever your number is, the majority of your days to and from work, you'll probably run it in a little bit of a softer setting. And one common comment we get in general with our off-road models over the sports side is that the off-roads are a softer ride. They have a bit of a louder tire, but overall the suspension is softer. So it's one that you may have to kind of decide that for yourself a little bit, how you feel between the sport and the off-road style. But with the Pro, has a lot of adjustability. The main thing is run it for your everyday, and then on those off-road days is the ones you change it big time. So, and then one quick thing I'll touch on that as well is with these seats, it's one you're gonna have to get in yourself, but these seats with the isodynamic seats, it's incredible how much movement they have. You have the ability with that air pump to change how you sit, so the comfort for your passengers, both your driver and your passenger, are incredibly comfortable, especially with those seats as well, okay? So we'll get in the truck here as well. One other common question I get, I'll close the door here so you guys can see me. So one common question, of course, I'm 6'5", so it might be a bit tough, but is with the vision. The truck does have a bit of a natural lift on the front end. So as you sit out, you can definitely tell you've got a nice stance to it. It really adds to the look of the truck, but it's a common question, can we see out? How's the visibility in this truck? And you do have that hood scoop in there in front of you as well. Of course, I'm 6'5", so I've got a ton of vision. The one nice thing is you do also have the 360 camera. I can give you guys a little bit of a point of view. I can slouch down and kind of give you that nice angle. And honestly, overall, you can still see really well to this truck. One comment I'd like to make as well is you do have a ton of power options on these seats. So you can go right up to the roof. I can crunch myself right against the roof if we want to here. And then the honest thing I always say too, for anybody that's buying a TRD Tacoma Pro, honestly, vision isn't always the first question. So I always kind of laugh, and it's really about enjoying the truck. That look, that aesthetics, that's what we're going for here with this one. But obviously make sure you get in this seat, get yourself comfortable, and really make sure you can see as much as you can. But sometimes look good, play good. We don't really care about aesthetics sometimes or some of those other things. So in saying that, let's touch on the next topic a little bit that we get a ton with the Tacoma. If you drove the previous gen, We had it for so long. That vehicle, that previous model was over 10 years before it was received that full update. Guys, it needed an interior update. Black and white, we know it did. So Toyota's come through. You've got a huge 14-inch multimedia screen. You've got the new JBL audio all the way through the cabin. You've got a ton of those modern day upgrades you're looking for. The heated, the ventilated seats. You even get into digital type mirrors. Really come up and brought this vehicle into the 21st century. So if you are somebody that a few years back, maybe you were looking at a 17 Tacoma, it was bulletproof. You know, your brother drove it through the Baja. It was incredible. Now you can do that and also look pretty good, have all your tech with you. It's a really welcome change and one that was much needed. We got that comment a lot. One thing that I really want to talk about, I'm going to kind of tie in a couple questions all together. One question we get a ton with these Tacoma TRD Pros is, personally, you know, what's your favorite feature, or what's a lot of accessories that people go and add to these trucks? And ultimately, if you own it, what can you do to it? One really cool thing that Toyota has added to these trucks is they've actually given you auxiliary switches right here on the dash. So if you're somebody who's adding maybe a light bar, maybe you're adding a winch, commonly these are trucks that people are adding those accessories to, whether it's for function or some people just like those light bars and some of those things for looks as well. One of the best things that they've done is they've given you switches and fuses, all of that right inside the engine, so that you can wire in all of your accessories, and then you have auxiliary switches right here on the dash. So if you're somebody that's modifying the truck, you don't no longer have to worry about if you're messing with warranty. You don't have to worry anymore if you're modifying the truck and is it gonna go well? Am I gonna mess something up? Do I have to cut a hole in the dash? All of that's gone now, guys. On the Pro, they gave you 4 switches with a total power of 95 amps. So that's a ton that really can handle a lot of really good accessories. On some of the lower models, there's less switches. They go down to 3 with a little bit of lower power options. But we understand on the Pro here especially that you guys are gonna use this and kit it up. So a really common one, and I would say by far, the most common thing we see added for all of you guys, and just so you know, the most common one I would say is light bars. A lot of people really like to light up their drive, add a couple, you know, maybe a bar on the top or something like that. So it's good to know that you can add those. I'll hop out of the truck here and we'll wrap up the video here, guys. Above all else, thank you very much for dropping your comments down below. It really means a lot to me to know that you guys are watching and we're growing our channel. So if you guys have a question, please, when you're watching the video, put a comment down below. Let us know if there's something that you want us to look into. We can make a specific video on that feature, or we'll put together more videos like this, address some of your questions, and really make sure you guys understand, especially these unique trucks, the ones you don't always get your hands on. Let's go through them and make sure you understand all those little features. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This is Nicholas here at Forbes Waterloo Toyota. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.